Hello Aries, welcome to or welcome back to Timsy Naked Tarot. Yes, I know it's been a while since your last video. I've just been so busy with work and life in general. So I'm sorry about that. But here I am. I'm now doing your prepping video. So if you are getting ready for something which hasn't happened yet, because that's all what prepping actually means, this could be the read for you. We're going to see what you're prepping for, how your preps are going, how the person is going to be connected to those particular preps. Maybe you're preparing a surprise party for someone and it could be them, or perhaps you're preparing a surprise party with someone and it could be them, or perhaps you're planning for some sort of end of the world scenario and again they could be linked to it somehow, and then we'll have an outcome. Okay, so you had the Queen of Pentacles come out for you in the All Signs overview. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who is comfortable, happy, secure with where they are at the moment, but they are always happy and ready to move on to something else, something bigger, something better. Okay, so in the terms of prepping, if you're prepping for a surprise party, everything's in place. All you're doing is watching the time tick down until the time comes for the actual big surprise. If you're prepping for the end of the world, you think you've got everything sorted. You've got your food, your water, your safety gear, if it requires safety gear. You've got everything you think. But being in that Queen of Pentacles position, if you saw a solar generator come up cheap on some second-hand website, I don't know, Facebook Marketplace or eBay, for two examples, you wouldn't go, oh, well, I don't need one, I've already got one. Well, what if the one you got breaks and then you got a backup one, and so on. Okay, to go with our Queen of Pentacles, we have got the World. Something new, something big, something exciting, something great is happening. A new cycle. Perhaps you're going to actually start using your preps. Perhaps the birthday you have been planning is literally days away. Okay, and then we've got the Hermit. The Hermit is an energy of isolation, being alone. Maybe you're planning of being a lone wolf. Maybe that's where this person comes in. Shall we see who this person is? This person is a much younger fire sign. Maybe you're planning on being a lone wolf and this much younger fire sign is, I don't know, tagged along with you. Okay? And perhaps this is the much younger fire sign whose birthday is coming up. And that would put us, well, Sagittarius, I suppose. Yeah. Is the closest fire sign to now. So, yeah. Perhaps, well, now as I'm recording, perhaps you're watching this in July. Perhaps it's a Leo. I don't know. It's just a fire sign. That's all I do know. Okay. So let's have a little look-see. We'll get the cards out. We'll do the read, and we'll see how things are going. Okay. So, the Nine of Cups. What you're prepping for is something emotionally fulfilling. It's the minor arcana of the star, so it's kind of like a wish come true. Okay. How your preps are going? The Eight of Cups in reverse. Maybe it's not going as well as you thought it would, or was hoping for, and you're thinking of just walking away from it. Maybe you've been preparing for, I don't know, let's go for a big asteroid impact, and maybe you've been hearing things on the grapevine which is suggesting that perhaps a civil conflict or a world conflict is more likely to happen. So perhaps you should be reverting your preps for that. Obviously, some preps are universal. Yeah, food, water, it doesn't matter what happens, you always need them. But other things, if you're preparing for an asteroid strike, deep underground bunker stored up with decades of food is probably a good call for that. Where if you're planning for a civil unrest, well, yeah, you could ride it out in your big underground bunker for 10 years, but you wouldn't know really what's going on in the world around you, okay? In the asteroid's case, the world will be recovering over those 10 years. In a war or a conflict situation, well, you might come out of your bunker in 10 years' time and realize you should be speaking Japanese, Chinese, Russian, German, I don't know. Just countries I've picked at random, no specific reason. Maybe you already speak those languages. Maybe you should be speaking another. I don't know. And you get the point. Maybe what you, yeah. Okay. So yeah. So you're thinking of walking away from what you've already done, going on to something new. The world would be suggesting going on to something new. That could be this: walking away from the 8 broken cups, the ones which aren't working, and going and finding new cups to fill up. 9 cups. Okay. 8 cups. 9 cups. So we got the 5 of cups. This could be very love orientated as well. I know I'm obviously doing a prepping reading, but this could be for you, love. You could be preparing yourself. You're preparing yourself for something which is emotionally fulfilling. Maybe you're in a relationship what isn't at the moment. Maybe you're wanting something that is. Okay, and you think you know what that something is, so you're preparing to move away from something which isn't emotionally fulfilling and moving towards that 9 of cups to something what is emotionally fulfilling. We got the 5 of cups in reverse. The 5 of cups is loss and sorrow in the upright. So when it's in reverse, it's maybe the fact that you can't take the loss and sorrow anymore. It's, if you look there, you've got 3 cups spilt over. You've got 2 cups still standing. Now, these 3 cups spilt over, these represent something spelt with a Z, something which was in your life, something was good. Let's just strip this down to a basic example. That's gin and tonic. It was your go-to drink. You always go into the pub. You drunk it so much that the landlord, the bar staff at that particular pub would have it on the table or the bar before you actually get there. They see you putting up in the car park, and they get that gin and tonic ready for you with that little slice of lemon and a little squeeze of orange juice in there. And because that's how you have it. You don't like gin and tonic anymore. You've lost the taste for gin and tonic. That's the 3 cups knocked down. The 2 cups still standing is a representation of something else that you do like, and something else at which you are swinging towards. So maybe you've lost the taste for gin and tonic and you're going back to white wine, and it's like, oh, white wine spritzer, why not? Let's spritz it up a bit. And it's like, yeah, and you go in and they've got the gin and tonic and you go, oh, I'm so sorry, can I have a white wine spritzer? Yeah, because you're developing the taste for the white wine spritzer. And that's how this younger fire sign is connected. Okay, so they could be the person you were with and you've lost the taste for that person. It could be and that they're the new person. They're the person who started off something else with in the past and you want him to go back to that. Now, that would be if we're going along a love relationship type thing, because this is a lot of cups coming out. It could just be whatever you're preparing for is something you seriously love. Okay? This person could be connected to you as the person who was causing the loss and sorrow. Okay? Maybe this is the person who's told you the information about was more likely to have some sort of civil conflict, armed conflict, world conflict than an asteroid striking, and that you've been prepping for the wrong things all this time. And that's they've given you the 2 cups in this particular case, instead of them being the 2 cups, and the 2 cups in this particular case would then be something new you're being drawn towards. Okay, at the end of the day, 2 cups in the tarot is a coming together of energies. Okay, so you're coming together with a new energy, and we got that world cup, or that world card which came out in the cut. Okay, so the potential outcome for you is the 2 of Swords. Now, the 2 of Swords is an energy of confusion, not being sure which road to take. Okay, maybe intuitively you're sure that somehow you're going to get caught up in an asteroid strike. That's what you've always thought, that's what you've always felt, that's what you prepared for. Okay, or intuitively you always thought that this person you're preparing a surprise birthday party for has always wanted one, but there's something else you're not sure. Maybe they don't. Maybe they've always said they've always wanted one to make people think, well, we won't bother doing it to them. Okay, it's something they're expecting all the time. We'd surprise them better by doing something else. Okay, so it's a little bit of indecision. It's a little bit unsure. The 2 of Swords can be a reconciliation energy as well. Perhaps once upon a time you started off prepping on the grand scheme of things as just general prep, having things ready for any event, but then you specialized into something, And now you're reconciling with the fact that, well, it would be much better for me if I just had a general prep. I'm prepped for everything, any eventuality. From the bottom of the deck, let's have a little look-see of what we got crossing here. The Nine of Spears in reverse. Now, the Nine of Spears in reverse, good, if this was a love reading, this would be fantastic for you. But the Nine of Spears in reverse is an energy of lowering your defenses. Okay, perhaps, don't take this the wrong way, you're an Aries, you're a little bit stubborn, you're a little bit on the high ground all the time, no matter what. Perhaps you adamantly was sure of this asteroid impact. You're sure that this person really doesn't like surprise parties, but you're throwing in one anyway, because you do. Okay, it's that kind of energy. But now, with the Nine of Wands in reverse, it's a backing down from that. It's like, well, maybe we shouldn't do that. In this particular case, it's a younger fire sign, not likely to give them a heart attack, not unless you're 90 and they're like, what would that be? Would that be about 15 years younger than you? And they're like about 75. Yeah, but let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. Are you 90? Are they 75? But it's that reconciliation energy here. It's the Queen of Pentacles. I'm sitting pretty where I am, but I wouldn't turn something better away. And this is it. You're having to lower your defenses so you can allow the something better to come in. Okay, so let's have a look at some clarifiers for all these as well. Only one I won't be clarifying. If you are new here, then welcome to the tarot team. I don't clarify the overall energy of the read, but I'll clarify everything else. I don't know, maybe one day I might feel the need to clarify that overall energy, but normally, no, it's okay. It's the most generalist of energies you can take off a thing, because it's the overall energy. It's like the top, the surface energy, if you will, of this whole situation. Maybe deeper down there's more to it. Maybe there's reasons why you're backing down in this particular case. Or maybe perhaps it's them. Perhaps they're actually preparing a surprise party for you. Okay, yeah, maybe they're 55 and what, you're 70, and they're starting to worry that, I don't want to give Aries a heart attack. I'll back down from this. It's just another year you're not going to get a surprise party. It's absolutely fine. This is a general read. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't panic too much. Not every read can. Go and check out the All Signs Overview. There is a link in the description for that. We all have lots of different various star signs in our birth chart, which is very important to know your birth chart, because it tells you what sort of attitudes and energies you're susceptible to and respond to depending on the situation. For instance, your Saturn will have a certain thing, a certain birth, certain astrology sign to it, and particularly my Saturn has a Leo, and Saturn is all about learning. Okay, it's like the teacher of the zodiac, if you will, or the teacher of the solar system. It teaches us new things. So when it comes to learning things, I'm very Leo-like. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, yes, I might be a Cancer Sun. I think I'm a Aries Moon, and possibly, I don't know, it's another fire sign or water sign rising. But as it goes for my learning, I'm very Leo-like. I know it all already. I'm very big-headed. I'm very bolshy. I'm very larger than life. Possibly when it comes to teaching as well as learning. I don't know. I've never taught myself. Maybe I have to talk to some of the people I've had as apprentices in the past and see if I'm a larger-than-life character when it comes to teaching. Maybe I exaggerate. Maybe I'm very flamboyant. I don't know. But anyway, enough about me. Let's get on with the read. So this Nine of Cups is being clarified by the Moon, the Chariot, the Four of Cups in reverse, and the Lovers. Now, again, this could be a love read for some of you. If you are preparing something in love, this could be for you. As I said, you could be preparing to move away from something you're already with and move towards something you want more, or in that case, it'll probably be a person. Or you are preparing, I don't know, to change things up in the relationship you're in. Not necessarily, there's no necessarily walking away. This could be walking away from a certain aspect of your life, not life in general. Okay, so maybe you're walking away from home cooked foods. You're preparing to move away from home cooked foods for your spouse and having a week of takeaways. Okay, it could be something as simple as that. Okay, maybe you're preparing like a around the world culinary week, and you've picked different takeaways for every night. You've got your Chinese, you've got your Italian, you've got your Indian, you've got your fish and chips for your British or your English. It's all there. Okay, it's horses for courses. It's different things for different people. It all depends on your energy. Okay, and again, this is why you should watch all different types of tarot reads. Don't just concentrate on love tarot reads or work tarot reads, because sometimes your message for work might come out in a love reading. It all depends on how you interpret the cards. But generally speaking, we are doing a prepping reading, so I will take that, lovers, from a prepping standpoint. Now, the moon is something being revealed. Okay, so this is what you're preparing for. You're preparing to reveal something. Okay, the chariot is an energy of moving forward, driving on, winning against the odds. Maybe you feel that you've left this too late. Again, it could be that surprise party. There's nothing I say in a tarot read what doesn't have some bearing. There's one person watching this who is preparing a surprise party. If that's you, drop it in the comments. I know that maybe it is you and you're not going to drop it in the comments because you think I'm just trying to get you to comment on my video. It would help my video. It would help my channel no end, obviously. But then again, so would hyping my video. And I don't often go on about that one, do I? Okay, it's just generally interaction. I'm trying to build a community with you all. I'm not trying to use you to promote my videos. If it has that side effect, that's fine. But anyway, so the chariot is driving forward. It's against the odds. Maybe you thought you've waited too long to reveal this. 2 children. I'm being drawn to the fact that this man is offering, displaying, showing 2 children. It's almost like you're trying to open the door and let someone else in on your life. As I said, perhaps maybe you've always thought of being the lone wolf, going it alone, and you're coming to realize that emotional fulfillment don't happen by yourself. And when I say going it alone, I mean your immediate family nucleus. Okay, your kids, your spouse, perhaps parents and siblings from either side. But no, you decided, I'm going to open up, I'm going to reveal my plans, I'm going to reveal what I'm doing, maybe to the family, because it's the 2 children. Yeah, I'm opening up to the family, I'm letting them know what I'm preparing for. Or it could be to the world in general, because we did have the world card. We can't forget the cards will come out in the cup. Okay, with the chariot there, you feel maybe you've left it too late. Maybe it's the moment has gone. Okay, and with the chariot, it's kind of saying, well, it's a win against the odds. No, you haven't left it too late. Even when you feel you have left something too late, when you do it is the time that you were meant to do it. It doesn't matter if you held back for years, months, days, or if you think you've revealed it too early and things ain't quite ready. It was meant to happen that way. If not for you, for someone else. Okay? With the 4 of Cups in reverse, I'm kind of getting, with this one, you've always known what you wanted but never acted upon it. Okay, it's an energy of, when the 4 of Cups is in the upright, it's an energy of you're sitting there, you've got those 3 cups in front of you, you're not content with what's in front of you, you want something else. In this particular case, he's daydreaming, he's thinking about what he wants, and it's a cup with a sword on it. Now, in other depictions, it could be like the hand of God offering something out from a cloud. In those particular cards, it's more of a representation of the universe is trying to show you what you need, the missing ingredient to life, so to speak, but you're too content or bored with what's in front of you to notice what you need. The fact that this is in reverse is kind of saying you've always felt that this was missing from life. There was something always missing from life, or your prep in this particular case. There was something always missing from what you were prepping for, but you always knew what it was, and this is what you're now revealing. It's time to reveal that in. It's time to let everyone else know what we need, or what you need. Now, the lovers at the end here, yes, you could need love in your prep. If you're going it as a lone wolf, yeah, let's face it, most marriages these days end in divorce. Okay, it's kind of suggesting that if you're going for a lone wolf scenario with just you and your family, and the worst does really happen and you end up being in a bunker for 10 years with them, is that what you really want? Yeah. Now, if you make a community, and I know this is like going against like the whole marriage thing and everything, yeah, well, you've got options. If you bring lots of other people in your bunker with you, maybe you can only live it out 8 years instead of 10 years because you brought another family in, or 5 years instead of 10 years. At least you've got the options. At least if you're having a bad moment with your spouse, you can disappear and talk to some other adults who aren't connected to you or the family. Yeah. That's what the Lovers card is sort of saying here. There are choices, there are options. This is all the twos rolled into one card. It's just like the Emperor and the Empress are the kings and the queens of the tarot deck all rolled into one card. I see this as all the twos rolled into one card. It's all the choices there. The right choices, the wrong choices, the good choices, the bad choices, the exciting choices, the mundane choices. Okay, the reconciliation, the breakup. It's all rolled into the Lovers card. And this card portrays it quite well, because clearly our main character, the one in the middle of the card, yeah, she is with this merchant looking Viking there with the purple and blue robes and cloak, which indicates wealth and royalty because it's purple. Okay, but she's looking at this ruffian warrior who's just probably come back from doing some sort of raiding party, and you can see the fire, you can see the heat starting to rise in her. She don't want something stable, something sensible, something good, something expected of her. She wants a bit of rough and ready. Okay, and that's what this is. You don't want to be predictable, you don't want to have the stable, you want to, I don't know, start prepping for something else as well, because you're more liking prepping than liking what prepping supplies, if that makes sense. Crossing this is the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands is generally a card of commitment. It's a card of renewals. It's the minor arcana of the world coming out there. So we got minor arcanas of stars, we got minor arcanas of wells. Basically, just with them two cards, it's kind of like you're hoping and wishing for some sort of new start, something different. Maybe a marriage. Maybe you're prepping for a marriage. Maybe you're thinking of dropping to your knee and proposing to your spouse. No, not your spouse, your partner. In this particular case, they're not your spouse yet. And you're getting ready for that. You're arranging the romantic meal. You're arranging getting the ring without your partner knowing. All those sort of things. Okay, prepping, as I said right at the beginning, all what prepping is getting ready for something that hasn't happened yet. Okay, that's all what it is. I know it's associated with like doomsdays and all that malarkey, but when you strip it down, and I like stripping down things, yeah, all what prepping is getting ready for an event that hasn't happened. Simple as. Saving money to go on holiday. You're not on holiday yet, but you're making the money, so when you go on holiday, you've got the money to spend on holiday. That's preparing for your holiday, is prepping. Okay, so this Four of Wands is commitment. It's marriage, perhaps. It could be indicating what's driving it all is the fact that you want to get married to this person. That could be all what this read is for you. Okay, especially with all these cups coming out down there, and the Lovers card coming out there, and a negative cup. The negative cup cards, as you would call them in the tarot deck, are in reverse. Okay, which means they're kind of like positive now. Okay, so yeah, it's that. It could be the fact that perhaps with this Four of Wands, it's some sort of celebration: births, deaths, marriages, christenings. Okay, birthday parties, the surprise party, the one I mentioned. Okay, I've been doing that on all these reads for the prepping. I've been taking the smaller sort of run-of-the-mill day of the life type preps you do, and I've been taking a big extreme, like in this particular case, an asteroid hitting and you spending 10 years in a fallout bunker. Okay, underneath that is Judgment in reverse, the card that comes before the world, but this is in reverse. This is, I don't know, saying you're not sure you deserve a second chance. You're not sure you're going to get a second chance. With that there, you feel the moment may have gone. You feel you could be acting too late. Okay, what's underneath our Judgment? The Nine of Pentacles. Well, yeah, you're I don't know. It's a card of freedom, independence. In the scheme of the Pentacles, it's retirement. Okay, you've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is work, your work life, your career. Nine of Pentacles, retirement, and then the Ten of Pentacles, having it all. Yeah, being able to live as well as you were while you were working, but without having to do the work. In this particular case, it's more of an independence. By doing this, you will get independence. If you're breaking away from a relationship you're not happy in, you'll get independence from that relationship. If you're thinking and preparing to go somewhere else, it's you doing it. It's your independence. It's your choice, your thoughts, not being controlled by anyone else. A Five of Swords in reverse here as well. This may feel like a backwards move. This may feel like sabotagement of some description, but it's not. It's actually the correct thing to be doing. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here will be, I am quite happy. I am quite comfortable where I am, but I'm making the move. I'm moving away from where I'm happy and I'm comfortable. I'm being spontaneous. I get him from that. And then we've got the Emperor right at the end, which is you, Aries, in the tarot deck. Okay, not that I do that whole adding astrology to a tarot reading. Yes, it's there, but it's only there by default of energies. The energies of an Emperor card in the tarot are the same sort of energies as an Aries, and that's why they get linked together. Right. So we got this Eight of Cups for how is your preps going. You're thinking of moving away from it, whatever it is. Yeah, maybe you would be. But again, this could pan out as you've been preparing for that perfect life with what you thought was the perfect person, and you found out they're not the perfect person. So you're now preparing to walk away, and your preps are going badly because you've been preparing for the wrong thing. Okay, you've been preparing to live happily ever after with Joe Bloggs, and now you're not happy with Joe Bloggs. You're leaving their castle. You're going it out alone into the wilderness to find the Eight Cups you actually really want. That Hermit card, the wilderness, the going it alone. I knew there was a reason I was talking about lone dwarves in this read. Okay, so we have got the Seven of Wands. That's the defensiveness, but we know the defensiveness is coming down because of this overall energy. It's your high ground. Okay, so how are your morals go? Or your morals? How is your prep going at the moment? You're there. You think you're complete. You're on the high ground. You're defending your position, but you're walking away from it as well. It's now I've built this castle. I realised it wasn't the castle I actually craved. It was the building it I enjoyed. So you're moving away from what you've already established, what you've already built, and you're moving towards something new. You're wanting to rebuild again. With the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles is an energy of fear. It's an energy of greed. This is something you've never actually let go of. Okay? Maybe you've been preparing for things all your life. You've never actually let go of that energy. And that's, again, how this is going. You're still going along those routes. But there's fear, again, I've left it too late. Okay, what I said about up here, there's nothing about the Chariot card what says you've left it too late. Okay, but the Four of Pentacles has just backed it up, everything I said about that Chariot card. The chances are, it's a long shot, but it is probably going to work. Okay, because it is a major victory card, okay, with the Chariot. But there's the fear, I fear I've left this too late. Yeah, maybe you are a doomsday prepper, maybe you are prepping for an end of the world night scenario, and you suddenly change from the asteroid to the conflict element of things, and you're fearing, I've left it too late. The conflict's going to catch me off guard. It's going to start before I'm ready. In that particular case, the chances are yes, it will. Okay, so your fears are right, but generally speaking, your fears are wrong. This is saying that you might be fearing that you've left it too late, but you haven't. You're going to gain victory over this. With the Queen of Wands coming out, I am drawn to the treasure chest down there. Now, that could be because in the High Priestess out of this deck, the treasure chest is open. Okay, it's the intuition, it's the secret being revealed. Now, at the moment, the secret is still locked up. I'm also being drawn to the cockerel. The cockerel is about early morning visits. How that roughly translates out of tarot would be sort of sneaking around behind people's back, and that is sometimes the energy of the Queen of Wands. She is a little bit like that. Now, it doesn't matter if you're sneaking off and having liaisons with someone else who isn't your established partner, or if it's someone else. It's an energy of being nice to someone's face and then stabbing them in the back. It's the same thing. Okay, and that's how this is playing out. But at the moment, your intuition is locked up. It's always been there. You've always known it. You've always felt that, but you've not acted upon it. You've held it back. You've locked it down. You've closed it up. She's not even looking at the treasure chest at her feet. She knows it's there. Her feet is touching it. She's keeping tabs on it. It's something precious to her. This is precious to you. Yeah, with the preps going. The other thing this locked up treasure chest might be saying is that you feel you have completed everything. You don't need any more. It's that high priest. It's that Queen of Pentacles energy from the All Signs Overview. You are sitting pretty. You have everything you need. But in this particular case, I feel there's a want of something else. We're looking at the Four of Pentacles from that Queen of Wands. I want the thing I'm scared of. I want the thing I've never let go of. Okay, I'm all dressed up for someone else, but I'm looking at the thing I've never let go of. You interpret that however it is in your life. Let me know if you're actually watching this just because you're a loyal follower and you watch all my videos I do. Let me know if you're watching this from a love aspect. Let me know if you're watching it from a work aspect. Let me know if you're watching it from a prepping aspect. Okay, all because that's what I've titled these particular round of reads doesn't necessarily mean that's what it's for. This is the general energy of what's going on at the moment. I've just asked the universe to convey it to me as if it was someone who's prepping for something what hasn't happened yet. We got the Nine of Swords at the end there. The Nine of Swords is anxiety, not sureness, confusion, pacing around, mulling over the same question over and over again and coming up with either numerous different answers or the same answer over and over again. It's an unsureness, but I've never said this about this particular Nine of Swords before. The ghost there sitting on the altar knows it's all coming to an end. She's looking up at those swords, waiting for the killing stroke, waiting for the anxiety to break. And I'm actually going to say, as it's a representation of a ghost on the altar, that's you. That's your inner child, your soul. You know it can't be held back forever. You know it's going to break. You know that this anxiety is going to end soon, at some point. Okay, so again, this is how your prep's going. You're a little bit anxious. You're a little bit anxious that maybe you've prepped for the wrong thing, for example. Okay, you're a little bit anxious that you're going to give this person a heart attack when you give them a surprise party. Now, we have got the Eight of Wands in reverse. The Eight of Wands is all about communication. It is not the only communication card out of the tarot deck. It becomes a stronger communication card with other cards. Okay, like all cards become a stronger thing. Like I said about this Chariot, and I said about the fear of leaving it too late, and then it got backed up with the Four of Pentacles. It needs other communication cards to come out with it to back it up. But it is about forward movement. At the end of the day, how is your prep going? You feel that it's got to a point where it's going to start stagnating unless you start injecting something else into it. Okay, if it's prepping for the birthday party, it's like it's got to the point where it really's got to happen soon, because the longer we keep it secret, the more likely it is to come out. Okay, forward movement. It's got to happen. It's got to go. Prepping for the end of a world scenario. I've got to the point where I've got all my preps. If it's not used soon, I'm going to lose interest in it. It's just going to sit there and gather dust. If I keep prepping for something else, then it's going to keep me going. Forward movement. There is the communication factor to it as well. And I did say at some point when I was talking about this two of swords, this two of spades down here, this younger fire sign, perhaps you're getting information about what you are doing and how it is wrong. Okay, as I said, maybe you're prepping for an asteroid impact, and perhaps really someone's opened your eyes and said you're more likely to end up in a world conflict than an asteroid impact. Prep for that instead. The information out of nowhere, like a lightning bolt. Okay, 5 of Cups. So yeah, this is how this younger fire sign is connected to you somehow. They're the ones who have woken you up, I'm going to say. They're the ones which have made you realise that drinking gin and tonic all the time is poison, and you need to drink better drinks. Freshly squeezed orange juice, get your vitamin C, and it is not so toxic for you. Your kidneys and liver will thank you for it. Okay, things like that. This is the person who's told you that, yeah, that asteroid impact is not going to happen. The likelihood is this one will. Okay, so we have got the Devil coming out here. We've got the Queen of Cups in reverse. We've got the 2 of Cups in reverse. Ironically, the 2 of Cups is already in reverse because the 5 of Cups is in reverse. And there's nothing ironic about it. But it's linking up to what you are actually prepping for. Okay, the 9 of Cups coming out right at the end. And again, as I said, there's nothing I say in a tarot read which doesn't somehow link in with it. I've already said that this person here is the one who opened your eyes. Okay, this person here is telling you what the 3 cups are done, dusted, over. Look for the 2 cups. Look for the new love. Look for the new excitement. Look for the new connection. Okay, linking right up there, back to where you are up there. Okay, maybe someone's just pointed out to the fact to you that it's not the actual event you're preparing yourself for. You just like getting ready for something. We got the Devil. This person could be toxic to you one way or another. Okay, perhaps, I don't know, perhaps they're your supplier. Okay, perhaps they're the one who supplies you your ideas. Perhaps they're the one that feeds you all the new conspiracy theories every month. Perhaps it's someone on YouTube. I don't know, maybe it's me. I don't know, it's not me. I'm not a fire sign. But I have fire sign in my chart. Could be me. But it is someone who's toxic for you. It's someone who's kind of like the angel on your shoulder saying, yeah, this is all right, this is okay, this is fantastic, go for it. Okay, with the Queen of Cups in reverse, there is actually no love between you and this younger fire sign. Now, it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship with this younger fire sign. It doesn't matter if they're just a nobody who talks to you every now and then through a YouTube video. There's no love connection between you. You have no love for them. They have no love for you. There is absolutely zippo love. And how do I know that? Well, we got the 2 of Cups in reverse. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Cups in reverse is the Queen of Cups in the first place is someone who has so much love. It is unreal. But the fact that it's in reverse is being held back. They're not giving that love. Okay? They're saving that love for someone else, something else. And with the 2 of Cups, this particular coupling is not working very well. Yes, in this particular 2 of Cups, if you just take a quick screenshot, blow up the picture, turn it upside down, obviously take your camera off or your picture phone device off rotate so it doesn't just keep spinning upside down as you spin it upside down. Yeah, we got 2 people there celebrating something, and in the background we have a pile of treasure. This is my Viking deck. They've just come back from doing some pillaging. A successful raid, but it's the last raid. One's already said to the other, this is the last time. I'm going to concentrate on the family farm after this. Okay, and that's why they're celebrating. It's not just a celebration of a victorious hoard they have just got. It's a celebration of the last time they're doing this particular thing together. Okay, maybe this is someone you have actually prepared with in the past. Maybe this is someone that you have some sort of group with. Okay, and you or them are leaving. Okay, and with the Nine of Cups coming out at the end, that is simply there because it's thrown us back up to here. Yeah, and I've said right from the start that this person could be the person who's told you that what you're preparing for is perhaps not right, and you might need to go somewhere else, do something else. And that's what it's saying. Okay, going back up to what you're preparing for. And it could be that they're breaking away from what you were preparing for. Maybe you were both preparing for the surprise party, and one of them just can't do it anymore. You can't do it, they can't do it. You're breaking apart from it. Maybe you are both preparing for the doomsday bunker. Maybe you went halves and buying the doomsday bunker, but now they're sort of saying, well, I want out of this. You're going to have to buy me out, for example. Crossing this is the Six of Pentacles, even give and take. And underneath that is the Five of Cups. Now, how much symmetry do you actually bloody want in the read? Both Five of Cups in this deck ended up being reversed. And all I do is I just shuffle. Okay. Yes, they are both decks that I literally keep reversals in. I shuffle in such a way that it puts reversals in. They both ended up in reverse. It'd be interesting to see towards the end of the read, maybe after I've stopped the camera, I might go through it and see how many cards were reversing this and reversing that at the same time. And it's kind of one of the things what brought me into tarot reading on YouTube. Anyway, so we got a Six of Pentacles coming out. Even give and take. Okay, that's what this person is being driven by. Maybe they went in halves with you on the doomsday bunker. Maybe they want out. Okay, for example, they want their half. They want their cut of the situation. It was never agreed upon right at the beginning that, yeah, if one of us wants to back out, where the other one will buy him out. So maybe this is all about being amicably separating. And again, this can work in all shapes and forms of life. Perhaps you're amicably separating from your work. Perhaps you're amicably separating from a relationship you're in. But you're preparing for that. You're not actually doing that. Maybe it's them who is the driving force behind it and not you. You're being driven by it. And so we have that, and all this does explain that Two of Swords. Reconciliation, difficult decision to make. Do I use the wooden sword? Do I use the metal sword? I'm blind. I can't actually see who I'm about to fight. I just know I can fight them because I'm like the pinball wizard. Okay, if you don't know that song, go and check it out. Right, so we got the Five of Wands in reverse. We got the Two of Swords. Again, we got the Two of Swords in the upright. And you literally got a 50-50 chance of that happening. Okay, I'm using two decks. In fact, we'll probably whip that down to a 1 in 4 chance of it happening now, because we got two decks, and so it was a 1 in 2, 50-50, it's now 1 in 4. We got two decks, and I shuffle them both the same way, okay, but it does put reversals in. Basically, what I do is I shuffle them together like that. Okay, you might see a lot of tarot readers do that, and that's to keep all the reversals the right, or all the cards the right way up. I do that. Whatever's in this deck suddenly goes one way, whatever's in this deck goes the other, head to head, top to top. Yeah, that's how I shuffle them, to make sure I have reversals in these cards. For both decks to come out like that, it's astronomical numbers. I'm no mathematician, but I know that that's a high percentage odd. Okay, or a low percentage odd, if you want to look at it. It's kind of like winning against the odds. It's going in that channel. But anyway, so we've got the Two of Swords. We have got the Ace of Cups, and we have got the Knight of Wands. Okay, so there's this decision to make. It's a hard decision. Do I use the sword? Do I use the wooden practice sword? I don't know who I'm fighting. I can't see who I'm fighting. I can fight him because I fight by feel, touch, sense, my senses. I don't get distracted by the bells and the whistles. I can't see them. I can't hear them. Okay, it's the pinball wizard again. Okay, but it's not a fight. It's not a conflict. There's no problem here for you. It's easing the conflict you've always had. Yeah, that intuition which you've locked away. Okay, that's what this is all about, the intuition. You might have been preparing for the end of the world. You might have been preparing for an asteroid impact, but you always thought it was a long shot. But I'm preparing for that anyway. Okay, so there's no conflict in what you're going to do now. The decision you make might be hard. You might not be sure, but it's okay. I don't mind the outcome either way, which leads us to the Two of Swords again. Okay, there is no conflict. There is no conflict between your choice. I can't actually say it any simpler than what the universe just done it there for us. There is no conflict between your choice. Either way, it's a good outcome for you. Yeah, we've then got the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is coming out as new love. This love I talked about here, as much love as anyone in the world has the right to have, but it's being withheld. It's not being given to this person. It's being reserved for someone else or something else. It doesn't have to be a person. There it is. Yeah, whatever choice I'm going for, I'm going to commit all my love to it. I'm going to give. Look, she is actually raising her Ace of Cups. She's giving her Ace of Cups to the situation. Now, this could be I'm giving the Ace of Cups to the younger fire sign because it is a Page of Wands. I don't think it is though, because I don't tend to use the star signs within my tarot reading, so it's not that. It's I'm going to give it to the new opportunity, because that's what the Page of Wands is all about. Jumping on the bandwagon, seeing where this particular opportunity will take me, not worrying about the consequences, not worrying about the outcome. Going into something neutral. Maybe it's something I've always dreamt about, but it is something neutral. I'm going into it. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. What have I really lost? I've gained experience, even if I've lost financially and practically out of it. So it's jumping on the band. It's not jumping on the bandwagon. It's jumping on the opportunity. I'm going to give this love to whatever comes my way. Oh, fucking hell. You can't write this. And then underneath that, remember, we were talking about that 8, 9 of Pentacles. Yeah? 8 of Pentacles being work, 9 of Pentacles being retirement, and then the retirement leading you to the 10 of Pentacles. You're getting enough money to live from, like you were working, but without the working. There it is, 10 of Pentacles. In this particular case, it's in reverse, which is telling us this 8 of Cups, which is now the right way up. Okay, remember it was upside down earlier on in the read. Yeah, that's literally whatever you're in. Yeah, this is how your preps are going. You're not happy with them. It's not right. It's not happy. This is happiness. This is walking towards the happiness, going towards the happiness. That's realizing what you've got isn't working. This is walking towards what is working. But it also means walking away from what's not working. What are you walking away from? The 10 of Cups. No, the 10 of Pentacles. What you thought the perfect life was. Okay, the Queen of Swords. You're emotionally detaching yourself from that 10 of Pentacles. We got the 5 of Pentacles. I was worrying over nothing. Okay, oh fuck. And the High Priestess in reverse with the open chest. Okay, I've been, at the moment it's reversed, because obviously that's the energies at the moment. It's locked there. Okay, it's still locked there. That's the intuition. The intuition I've talked about. You've always known that what you were working on, and here's just the right time. Remember I said right at the beginning, it doesn't matter if you're early, you're late, it's the time it was meant to happen. You haven't left it too late, you've left it to the time it was meant to happen. The 7 of Pentacles. It's time to reveal, or it's time to go with that intuition. Okay, reveal the secret. Go with the intuition. Go with what you've always known is what you've wanted. Don't worry about things which might or might not happen. This is a prepping read after all, and that is what it's all about. You are prepping for something what might or might not happen. Okay? Don't worry about it. Just act upon it. Cut yourself emotionally off from the 10 of Pentacles, which you have realized is not what you've wanted. It is not the life you've always wanted to live. Walk away from it and walk towards which that is good for you. Okay, don't worry about everyone and anyone else. It is your life at the end of the day. Okay, so that is your read. And remember, this can be interpreted in any shape, way, or form. I've just put a label of prepping on it. You can be prepping for love, you can be prepping for work, you can be prepping for the end of the world, you can be prepping for someone's birthday. It doesn't matter. Okay, take it how it resonates with you. That's the end of your read. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, that is fantastic. please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know that you enjoyed it, and drop in the comments anything you want. Let's build the community. If you didn't like it, that's absolutely fine. You can give it a thumbs down if you weren't happy with the sound quality, the lighting, the pictures on the cards there, all things I can remedy. Let me know in the comments if you weren't happy with the message itself. Sorry, this just was not the read for you then, was it? I'm sorry I've waited so much for your time. Off you go. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I strongly suggest you do so. By doing so, you'll be adding your own energies to the tarot team pot, and in turn making reads like this resonate with you on a more personal level in future. Obviously, I did mention the hype button. You can find that by scrolling through the comments carousel. I am a small enough YouTube channel to have the hype button linked to it. Basically, it puts us all into a big league of people who get hyped up. Okay, the more points, the more hypes we get, the better. And the YouTube rewards us by showing us to more people because, well, we're hyped about. So that's basically that in a nutshell. You can look for it if you want. You don't have to. If you don't want to, entirely up to you. I don't care. It would be nice. Thank you if you do. If you don't, no problem. That is the end of it. Until the next time you're watching one of my reads, remember, don't be scared, be prepared.